for those of you that aren't familiar with the book, one of Bill's most recent books is called Predatory Value Extraction. And what it really talks about is the change in regime from what he calls retain and reinvest, where you keep the earnings and you invest them in your future, or you extract the cash and you distribute it to shareholders and other financially motivated executives. And there are some interesting examples of CEOs who flat out refused to take that role if the board insisted on continuing their buyback programs. And two that come to my mind were Pfizer and Intel.
Yeah. So they're both interesting cases. I mean, Pfizer now, unfortunately, Albert Bourla, who was head of Pfizer, was just named somewhere as the worst CEO. But I don't, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, basically, Pfizer was one of the most financialized companies in the United States. Really from almost the 1980s, they grabbed on to the shareholder value ideology very quickly. They had an annual report in 1988 which showed a woman scientist in a lab, and it said innovation and shareholder value. And for me, that's you can't put the two together, but they took that. And so you can see that in the data, Merck was similar, particularly after 1995 when a guy named Ray Vagelos left, who was really pushing innovation there. That they have done sometimes 200% of their profits have gone to buybacks and dividends, often more or less evenly split. That means that they were laying off workers, selling assets, using up cash, borrowing money to keep their stock price up.